Good morning, folks. You join me in my little workshop. We are making an ignition key.
Just drive all the way to the rainbow's end. Just drive, and we'll never turn our backs again.
Well, an ignition key of sorts. Let me explain. Yesterday, we were out over at mother-in-law's, and we went out shopping, and everything was fine, and everything. When I came back to the underground car park, went to turn the car off, and the key just went like this, and the car was running and everything else. So the actual ignition switch has broken. Basically, we had to call the RAC out, who, I've got to say, we've heard so many bad things about the RAC and picking you up and all the rest of it. They were with us in, 2 hours?
Oh, well within that.
Well within 2 hours. A quite youngish chap came, and he got us out of trouble by taking the ignition switch. I'll show you. He's taken the ignition switch off the back of the ignition barrel. And I don't bore you with technical details, but to get me home, there's the ignition switch, you see, which you can take off. Just thinking that normally sits obviously at the back of that. And so what I did to get us home, we stuck a screwdriver in there, because that bit is the problem. That is snapped. That should have a protruding bit sticking out, but it had snapped. Anyway, we managed to do it. So he didn't do it because he's not allowed to, but he told me what to do. And then last night I was watching this program on YouTube about all these Kias in America being stolen. I think it was in 2023 or 24, might have been, by this. It went viral on Tik Tok, this thing, and what they were doing was using a USB to do exactly that. And so I found a little USB, and I'm just trying to make a key up out of it with, I don't know if you remember when we were in one of our videos, we found a key at Galloway Lighthouse, and for some reason I kept it. I don't know why, but I did. Anyway, so I've tried to mount it. I thought I had some epoxy resin, but I haven't. So I'm going to give it a go. I've got some super glue around it, and I've made this USB, so I put a couple of little lolly sticks inside it so that it gives it a bit of strength in that part. And now I'm going to try it and see if it works. Now, whether I can hold the camera is a different matter. Anyway, what my idea was is to put that into there, like so. You have to have this ignition on, but you can still take the key out and lock it and stuff. And there we have it. So, you'll never hear me praising car thieves, but thanks for the idea. That works perfectly. Oh dear. Okay. So all we need to do now is I need to clean that up because it's really rusty. But it's just then you can take the key out, see? We're back on the road, baby. We are back on the road. Aren't you glad you married an absolute genius? I'm not getting cocky. I'm not getting cocky, God. good old super glue, a cable tie, and whoever lost that key at Galloway Lighthouse. Thank you. That's so cool. And I got a wire brush in the back of the thing. We'll clean that up. Job done. Ooh. Yeah, so we have a key. So like I say, I've got to give praise to the RSE though for that. You know, after all the horror stories I was thinking we're going to be there. We were in an underground car park. Yeah. And he said, well, if the worst comes to the worst, I can tow you back to the campsite. You know, we're on a campsite just about half an hour away, aren't we, from your mum's, from here? Yeah, 35 minutes, something like that. You know. And also what he'd done, which I thought was really good, once I got it going, I said, right, I'm just going to take the car home. As I say, we did it. I did it with a screwdriver, not him. He said to me, I'll follow you back to the A27 just to make sure you don't stall it, because I didn't have a screwdriver. He had the screwdriver. You know, so, well I had Phillips screwdrivers, but I didn't have a flathead. So, yeah. So now we've got 2 flatheads in the car. And now we've made that key as well. So, but it has caused us to change our plans, because we had been going to Gloucester, but we're not going to Gloucester now. We are going to head back to Kent and go and have a word and see if we can get the garage that's just done our MOT, and see if they can get us the part, which looks quite tricky to find, to be truthful. I found one on eBay, but it's getting the part numbers and stuff, so they'd have all the computer bits and all that to do all that. So I can't locate a new one anywhere, but I say it's all part numbers, and I have no idea what part numbers that is, apart from taking that all apart. So, which is my next thing to look at, is to see how easy that console comes off around the thing. So I just thought I'd update you where we were on that. What else can we update you on? We ain't really, you know, we've been over to see Eileen.
Mainly about visiting.
Yeah,
Mum,
but
isn't it?
yeah,
Not really
we've
gone
not
anywhere.
really gone anywhere. We can't go out for long periods. Yesterday we went and had a Morrison's breakfast, didn't we?
Yeah, that was nice.
Yeah, that was nice. And we've just popped in a few charity shops and stuff like that, which, I'll be honest with you, we haven't filmed, because we had the dog, the wheelchair, the camera, and all sorts of things. I can tell you, we are incredibly pleased with this our awning. So for those of you who haven't seen, we bought an awning last week, and from a company called SK. There is us putting it up. I don't know if it's going to be on this video or on the one before you see this, but we got it up eventually, because we didn't really know what we were doing.
Said the actress to the bishop.
She did. And we had a problem immediately that night with this tube. And this tube, the valve was leaking. The deflation valve was leaking. So they sent some valves with it. I'm not sure if I've already mentioned this, but in case they haven't. The deflation valve was leaking. And we thought, oh no, we're going to have to take it all back, and all the rest of it. Anyway, to cut a long story short, with some PTFE, I managed to put on one of the spare valves, because they sent 2 other valves, one slightly different, just laying in a box. And even the bloke said, I don't know what that is, but I said, well, that one's worked, because the other spare valve still leaked. And so there's some PTFE around it at the moment with this other valve, and it's held fine for days and days and days now. But I rang the company and said, like, who we bought it from, and I said, we need some valves. And within 2 days, up in Scotland, Telter had sent out 2 valves. So you can't fault that for customer service, can you, Lorna?
No.
You know.
No, we weren't expecting that.
Yeah, we definitely we got a message saying, oh, your parcel's arrived, and we were like, parcel? What parcel? And I said, it can't be them valves, surely. And it was. So full praise to Telter and to SK Camping, to be truthful. And the other thing we did was, do you remember we bought a skirt for the side of the van that was the whole length of the van? Well, Lorna very cleverly has cut it up into 3 sections, because the one that comes with these awnings is for caravans, it's not for motorhomes. And she's made this. Yeah, now we've not pinned it down. And we've had to do this for temporarily to hold it on there. But she's made a skirt, and we've cut it to be the right shape. That's going to be up there on one of those, but I've run out of those. Just made this skirt up. Sat and sewed it all, and we can pin it to the floor. We haven't pinned it yet, but it's been on for a few days, and yeah, just to stop the drafts coming through. And behind that is the one that is for caravans, and we turned it upside down. So yeah, really chuffed with that. But we're proper chuffed with this awning, aren't we? Don't think you can hear me, aren't we, Lorna? I know you're busy. I said we're proper chuffed with this awning, aren't we? Yeah, having somewhere else to sit and stuff, and do things like this. Actually, you know, that's proof of pudding. Is having somewhere you can sit here and not be in your way, taking up the whole table and worrying about the dog walking past, knocking all your tools off.
Plus. I suppose the only down is the packing away addition.
Yeah, well, we'll see how that goes.
If we won't put it up if we're only somewhere for a day or so.
No, of course not. No, it's a week minimum, isn't it, for putting this up? Not a week to do it. Well, there might be a week to do it for us. No, I don't know how many hours that took. It certainly wasn't 9 minutes. I can tell you that. It was about. Was it 3 hours? Good couple of hours, wasn't it? But we genuinely had no idea what we were doing. So yeah, well pleased with that. And it's been rained on. And yesterday here, it's not a review of the awning. Yesterday here, that was proper windy, and we haven't even put the storm straps on. And there was a little flapping going on in these side panels, but that was it. Everything else was like rock solid. If that had been that other one, that cheap and cheerful thing we bought, that would have been off and gone. But it did get quite blowy yesterday. So much so that we couldn't do our walk down the seafront, because it would have took my breath away with the wind. So yeah, cool. But we've enjoyed Choller Farm. You know, our time's coming to an end now. We've only got another day and a half here now. And I need to make a phone call to Kent to see if we can get booked up in there. But yeah, it's been good. It's been lovely being here, lovely seeing Eileen and taking her to the hospital and stuff. I said to you the other day, I'll take you to the hospital, but they wouldn't allow me to film. I went and asked, because you could have seen the needle going into the eye then, but they wouldn't allow that. quite right, I suppose. But you know me, I'm going to ask. Yeah, cool. Anyway, we hope you guys are all doing well, and we'll see you over the course of the rest of the day. I'm just going to shine that key up, and I think we're pottering today, because we were due to go over to Eileen's, but we're not going to risk today getting stuck in that underground car park, so we're going to sort something out with her and pick her up and bring her over here tomorrow. So cool. Anyway, yeah. In the conservatory, signing off. Ooh. The cows have come to join us. These little ones there. These two are quite young here, especially that one there with the lighter head. Oh, feeding time, Mum. Give me some milk. So we've just been having a day. We went and picked Eileen up because obviously we don't want to leave the car out on the road. This one's definitely young, isn't it? Yeah. So we got Eileen with us. She's sitting over there. Just been for a walk down the cycle path down to the pond. I've seen the dogs. You trying to get our attention? Because tomorrow is our last day here, so we're going to be staying here and just packing this lot up and all the rest of it. So the plan is, I know you can hear this because of the wind, hopefully it's not blowing onto the microphone, but we're heading back to Kent. I've got the car booked in for Thursday morning for them to just have a quick look. I've told them what it needs, so they want to have a quick look, and then they'll order the part and we'll get it done. So we've booked up 10 days in Kent. That should be long enough, and then we'll see where we are then. So, oh, look at these two, look. All we want to see now is the weird llama. The donkeys don't come close to this fence, but everything else does. And, but the llama keeps his distance a little bit. But I haven't seen him today, or her, or Blackadder as we're calling him, because it just reminds me of that ruff thing they wear around their necks. They're beautiful, aren't they? Right, I'll leave you to it. Oh, is that cake I see? I do believe that's cake. Oh.
What, do you have to just switch that on and off, Steve?
What, the camera?
Yeah.
Yeah. Push it on and off while we're eating walnut cake.
Oh yes, definitely.
Can still take flight, although you're earthbound.